Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel called Lucky Universal. My name is Lucky, and today's class I'm going to be answering some of you guys' requests that most of you have been asking me for a really long time now through the comment sections, as you can see right here, if I can actually find all of them. You guys have normally be asking me to do a tutorial on rendering, so today I'm going to be rendering this art piece from start to finish, and hopefully telling you guys some of the tips you need to know on rendering certain parts of the art piece. And for this one, no backgrounds, okay? It's just a whole body, as you can see right here. So let's begin. Now that I have my flat color set up, I wanted to notice that I always start from the dark tone, like the shady part before the light spot, because it actually helps me to to know how the concentrated light should be and where I should probably put it, because it's not the most intense area in many of my arts. So I have the flat colors here, and these are the color palettes I used, or I'm going to use. I have everything set up except the gloves and hair. So as for that, let's begin. So first thing you want to know is the light's coming from this angle. So everything that hits it is actually going to be from this spot, and this side is going to be the shaded spot. So borderline everything, the lighting and shading part is going to be separated in something like this. Just so you know, before the detailing, it should at least look similar to this somehow. So first one to render is the skin tone, because that's what I always start with. So just so you know, this is the skin tone color I choose, the dark side and the light side of it. So since we already have the dark side laid out, I'm just gonna add up the light side so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So it's gonna be something similar to this, given the rough side of it. And the face lineup it's set. I'm just gonna put some of that in this finger. And there it is, just the basic separation of the light and dark side of the face. Now I'm going to go into some rendering. And also when you guys are doing this, you should actually know the difference between cast shadow and actual shadow. What's the name again? Whatever. Cast shadow is one that casts shadows on to other objects. They're always hard edged. I guess you can say, but the nose casting is right here. But the actual shadow, I just keep forgetting the name, is the one that just fades off. So I'm gonna use a blend tool to fade this edge a bit. So you see that? Light's coming like this. It fades up a bit here, but it's a bit too much. I'm gonna light that out a bit. There we go. And the cast shadow. And just like that, you can see that I simply separated light from the dark in a more artistic version, and I can actually easily tell how well it's drawn. Now we're going to talk about the terminator, the warm part of scattering of light under the skin, almost like a subsurface scattering, going from the light to the dark. So in between that, you're going to get somewhat of a darker color, but in a more warmer form. So I'm going to just crank this up. It's faded in between. The brush I use kind of shows a bit of it here. That's why I like using this brush. So I'm just gonna decrease the opacity and add more of that. Just give the skin the warm tone, makes you know it's alive. So you can see, if I added the terminator, now the skin looks more warm and alive. Now see, because I'm wondering the brush I use, it's not much. I kinda use only 2 to 3 brush per drawing. So this is the brush I use. At night it's gonna be in other art program or art platform, but for IBIS it's just got the pen fade. It's helpful for fading, like how I did here and here. You can see same things here. Just decrease the opacity and it works the magic for me. But you guys can find another brush if you're not using IBIS. I can probably show the round brush and okay, I'm done with the skin coloring. Leaving the eyes apart, you can put some rendering on the hands. Here and here, you can actually follow through with this. But I want to talk about the bounce light. Normally there's supposed to be also a bounce light coming from this to the skin, but we'll do that when we're done with this lighting on this coat. So for now, we're just gonna do the bounce light for the skin on this skin. So remember, the light source is coming from this direction. The bounce light is gonna be coming from the opposite direction, similar to the shading spot. Clip Studio Paint can actually get the same thing done. Then sometimes I use the hard edge brush, which is this one. I just kind of modified this one to be as like this, but I give it a sharper edge, as you can see. So they're kind of similar in both ways. So I just use this for sharp hard edge, and I use this for light hard edge. So the bounce light is going to be coming from spot like here to here and here to here, like from the lips to the nose, and from this side to the length, or whatever you call this spot, the bony side of the nose. It's gonna hit those two spots. So to get your bounce light, you're gonna need either the light or the shaded part, because bounce light are kind of the darker versions of this light. So I'm gonna be something around this version, but I want to use a warmer color for this, more attractive. So I'm gonna take it from here because it's more warm. I'm gonna increase this and top this up a bit. This be the bounce light. I'm gonna decrease the opacity and put it right here. So how lively it's become. I'm gonna put this right here. Just gonna cut a few edges off it. You can see the bounce light is there. It's faded, but you can actually tell more. It's not good to make all details 100% visible. The tiny can be, the more realistic it can actually pursue itself to be. So now you guys can also lighten up your skin with the renderings as well. So now that we're done with the skin coloring and lighting, now it's time to go for the coats. So these are the color palette I choose for the coats, the dark side and the light side. Because of the high intense sunlight, this is what we got. So I'm gonna take from this light spot. Okay, now that I'm supposedly done with the lighting on the coats, let's now talk about the bounce light system on it. So there's gonna be a bounce light coming from here. Let's mark this out. It's big on there. Here, touching here. For the arm, it's gonna be a bounce light from here, hitting the face like we talked about. So let's get to that. I'm gonna make it a warmer than what it naturally is around this kind of section. Opacity, make it a bit more faded to black. That you can do. And the one reason why this is actually good for stuff like this is it separates the color variants, not making it look blended as it was once. Let's go talk about the bounce light coming from here to the face. Like I said, slightly warmer than it's supposed to be. Let's just take it from here, take it up to this point, feed it a bit, and there you go, bounce light. A little bit should touch the neck, so I'm just gonna fade that up, then block it off. There you have it. Next, the shirt on the inside. Just go for that layer. And this is the color palette I set up for it. Just right here, this two. Since that's a dark one, take the light one and start putting it up. Since this section is blocking the light, I'm not gonna put anything there. It's a cast shadow at this point. Now for the pants and the same roll up eyes. Now for the shoes and gloves. And just like that, we're done with the rendering, without a bounce light and everything. I'm just gonna render the eyes and hair now. That kinda at the last moment chose two color palette for the hair, and you can see the darker one's darker than this, so I have to change that. Just right layer, right. Change that, and take this one. Mind you, it has to be this brush. Put a light scene on that. And there's so many ways to draw here, so it's kind of depend on your own art style. Just gonna add a bit of bounce light here because there actually isn't much things reflecting right of this spot, so it's just gonna be a bounce light right here. So kind of notice something being off this coat, so there's some lights down there, there's different lights and everything else. I'm gonna try to shake it up a bit. I use it often. Okay, we'll go with this one. There you have it. Full rendering and everything you need to know. I kind of did an eye up something. I wanted to be for something like another class some other time. You can actually see the before and after with the lighting sections. So that's it for today's video, guys. If you like what you see here, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. If you need more of this, just say so in the comments. I'll likely do more. Till next time, I'm out.